It's at least the beginning. We can keep talking. But yeah, it's at least a beginning.
Right.
It's at least saying, okay, this is where I'm starting.
Exactly.
It's not, oh yeah,
where I finished.
I'm gonna be shooting my own movies 5 years from now.
Right.
Damn it, this camera's working my ass. The goal 5 years from now is to have my camera operator.
Right.
Is to have my my whole team.
Right.
There you go. Whew. Shit. So yeah, that's the goal in 5 years.
Right.
On today's budget, it's
let me shoot this shit myself.
That's where we at with it.
I understand.
So here we are back in the backyard vlog. Hello, backyard vloggins. It's hot as fuck because I'm still setting up cameras. But today we are having a conversation with a creative. So that's the new initiative for First Fridays. Either this or a micro project, because as you know, I don't love talking on camera like that. So today I have my guy Kaegan Alexander Blaq here with me. He is here to discuss just himself. We're gonna chop it up and we're gonna give y'all, a good 15 minutes of, conversation with a creative. So, Kaegan, introduce yourself, tell us about, how you got started and, what kind of brought you around as a creative.
For sure. Thanks for having me on here, Marv. I got started, well, first off again, my name is Kaegan Alexander Blaq. I am a producer, writer, and director here in Dallas. I'm originally from Dallas. I was born in Tyler, but, another story. But anyway, I'm a son of Dallas, very much for Dallas. I got started originally in music. I wanted to be a music artist. And, that didn't really work out so well. So so I shifted. I met someone who was very important in my process. His name is Paul Aiden Smith. He started out doing videos. And as a music artist at this time, I wanted to shoot videos. So I tag teamed with him to shoot a video, and during this time I found out that he did films. Acting was always something I wanted to try. So I was like, you know what, let me step in here. So I did a short film with him and it never came out, but I loved the process. Like it made me fall in love that fast with film. I was like, shit, I love the way he cast. I love the process, and it also made me feel like this is something I could do. Yeah. This doesn't seem like beyond my reach. So at that time, I started writing my own stories. I was at work. We had a job that I had a lot of downtime, so I would start writing these stories. And of course, they were all out of format for what it's supposed to be like. But that's where I started, just writing stories. I built up my confidence by letting my coworkers read them. And that's what made me say, you know what, let me try to get one of these shot. So, a couple years later, I made Greg Keith. We shot Meet the Fam, which is my first short film, and I didn't look back from there.
That's what's up. Yeah, why you didn't make it in music? What made you stop doing that? Or are you still pursuing that in some other way?
No, man, I'm done.
You're done.
I'm done.
Oh. Damn.
I feel like the reason music didn't work out is because I'm not a artist in the sense of the other parts of it. So the persona, having to keep up something, man. When I go somewhere, I like to be comfortable. I'm not gonna go somewhere dressed as the artist me. And as a film director, you can that looks like whatever you want it to look like.
That is true. That is very true, because directors will wear whatever the fuck they want to. I know I will.
Right.
But because I'm not a suit and tie person, I'm not one of those people that's going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to put on this outfit and style out. Nah, man, you're going to catch me in all black or this white ass shirt or some shit. Like, I'm getting to the point where I'm going to wear a uniform. I'm not finna
shoot this content.
Yeah.
So as a music artist, they want you to look a certain way, to sound a certain way, and I wasn't going to do that. So, of course, that's part of it, but just not having a team. Plus, I didn't feel like I was special at music. I felt like I was good, but I didn't feel like I was special. I don't think enough people ask themselves that question.
That's a fucking good question.
You know what I'm saying?
Am I special?
Am I special at this?
Yeah, that's a dope question right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I don't think it's enough filmmakers that ask themselves that
absolutely.
question. If we're gonna be real about it, am I special in film? Because you know what, I come across that problem too. At times when I'm writing, I'm like, this isn't anything great. This isn't anything anybody should want to run out and go see. Right. And I think as writers, which you are, we ask ourselves that question: is this something that somebody wants to see? And I think if you ask yourself that as an artist, you definitely like ahead of the curve, because like, am I somebody wants to see? Am I really going to make something that's really going to change the world? Yeah. So that makes sense. So you've already done some film. Tell me some of your projects. Tell the people about your projects. I know some of them
for sure.
Let's just reiterate.
Okay. So I started with Meet the Fam, which was my first short film. That's where I fell in love with it. I felt where I felt special, just going back to that, is because it was my first ever film, and I didn't feel like it was trash. You know what I'm saying? No knock to anyone who makes it and your first project might be trash, but the fact that I felt like that, hey, I'm starting here. This is encouraging. Keep going, because your writing is going to be better. Your cinematography is going to be better. The way you direct is going to be better. I didn't know shit about directing when I did Meet the Fam. What I felt like should be going on. Well, I got to tell these people what I want. I knew that was essential. Yeah. They're not going to be able to do this if you don't tell them what you want. You have to. So I told them, and I've been able to take away things from that I'm so grateful for. But the next one was a short film I did called Full Circle, which all these are on my YouTube channel, Blaq Filmz. So you could literally see the progression from Meet the Fam to upcoming Mojo Savage. But Full Circle was, a story I wrote that it was called The Marriage Counselor at first, but I didn't like the title because I'm like, So, so anyway, I changed it, and, I did it with people who were also early on in film, like Dex Lewis. It was his second ever role. So it was so bad, the process, that I felt like that if I could get past this, I could literally do this. That's when I knew I could do this. You got to have that project that makes you think, I'm either going to give up now or keep the fuck moving. So, yeah. It was Full Circle for me. It was so bad. My cousin, who, as you know, I had to replace again in the drop spot. But at this time, he had a wedding he had to go to. So I had to recast his character in like a week. Because as you know, with dates, when you give dates, you start changing them. People can't make it. Now it's a shit show. It is. So I was going to stick to that date because everyone was going to be available. So I had to recast it. And the guy that I recasted him with, he tried, he wasn't an actor, to his credit, and he only had a week, to his credit as well. Okay. So, he would have did better with more time, and of course me better as a director to pull more things out. But sometimes if you don't have it, you don't have it. So, he tried, but, it was just not that great. But Dex Lewis did so well opposing him that I felt good enough about the project to still put it out. Okay. I'm like, okay. And then it was, people's favorite for a while, that short film. Nice. I think because of the drama in it, because of the solid spice in it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So from there, we went on to GTD, which is 90s inspired, stands for Got the Draws. Fun. So it was definitely kind of raunchy, fun project for me. It was important for me that my first few projects were all different, because I never wanted to be put in a box as a creator. Right. I never wanted to be like, oh, he's just a comedy guy. Oh, he's just whatever guy. Nah, so those three, I wanted to show versatility: family comedy, drama, and then kind of raunchy comedy. So GTD, it was a fun project. We did that. And then last in the short film circuit was the Drop Spot, which I did the Drop Spot as a short film. I sent it to DeMarcus Bailey, who helped me, and the rest is history with that. But I had some of the cast was different then. But each project I grew, and it made me more confident as a film director, as a writer, as a director, to just keep going. That's what's up. And you can find all those projects again on Blaq Filmz.
Go find them. So when you wrote all those pieces, what like inspired you or influenced you? Was it a person, or was it just like, you know, look? Because for me, I know I look around, I pull stories from everywhere. So I can pull stories from an article. Like I've got a real good one from Am I the Asshole the other day. I was like, I'm gonna have to do something with that. But like, how did you, like, what influences do you pull from to create your work?
So a lot of my influences come from the 90s. I was a kid in the 90s, and I truly felt like it was the best time to be a kid. The economy for black folks was finally beneficial for us. We had a lot of TV sitcoms. We had a lot of black creators making movies. So to me, it was like the golden age. It really was like, man, bro, look at all this. And as a kid, all you do is absorb. All you do is learn. So, you know, the Keenan Ivory Wayneses, the Robert Townsends, the John Singletons, you just got so many, you know, things to pull from. Martin Lawrence, you know, just everything in the 90s, but specifically influences are going to be John Singleton, is going to be Keenan Ivory Waynes, is going to be Malcolm D. Lee, is going to be, like I said, Robert Townsend, Spike Lee. Those guys kind of, you know, put out the content that made me fall in love with films, you know, as a kid. And it wasn't evident at first. Like I had to go through the music journey to get to film. But once I got there, because of the music background, it allowed me to do things that I'm doing today.
That's what's up. Because, like, you know what's funny? My journey is kind of music related too. Like, I wasn't trying to be no singer or nothing, but I did direct a choir a couple times. And my family's background artistically is music. And so it's just funny how you kind of end up winding around all these other spaces to end up in the space where you're supposed to be. And I feel like sometimes, in a way, music and film, they're married in a lot of ways. I feel like they're almost the exact same thing. Because you can interchangeably use their jargon and you still kind of understand what you're talking about. So, like, okay, so those are your influences. So what's next? What's your next project on the horizon? You know, I know. But I want you to tell them what it is, because we're very excited about that.
So, man, of course, you know, we have Mojo Savage that's coming out. I don't know if this will be out before or after, but
it'll be out before. It'll be drop on the 6th, which is the day before the premiere on the 7th. And then the movie premieres when?
October 7th. October 7th. Tickets will probably still be available when y'all see this, so you can go on my page and get you a ticket for the premiere. Hip hop theme, so come out in your best, you know, hip hop gear of whatever era you love. And it'll be streaming October 10th on Tubi, so you'll be able to check that out. Besides Mojo Savage, I'm working on funding for a Christmas movie. So it'll be called Christmas with the Fam, which is Meet the Fam if you've been paying attention, but it's been wrote into feature form and changed around a little bit, because that film actually came out on Christmas, the Meet the Fam. So this one has more Christmas incorporation. Of course, I changed it because from 2018 to 2023, I'm probably a different writer, you know? Probably.
A little bit.
So, you know, that's been changed. So it's possibility I could do that and it'll come out next year. And then I have a big project, Smoke and Ashes, that I'm very excited about. As I say, I don't like to be, you know, put in a box, and Smoke and Ashes is kind of my menace to society, my, you know, Shadows, my gangster film. So I'm excited to do that. Okay,
that's what's up. So so that's your next step. So what's the end game for you? Like, what is 20 years? Well, not 20 years. Like, let's say it's years from now and you've passed on. What is the thing you're leaving behind? What is your end game creatively? Do you want to leave something behind? Do you want fame? Do you want, what is the whole, why are you doing this?
So I would say my end game is to be looked at as someone who made an impact in the art form of film. I've taken so much from it. You know, I was a kid who loved movies, and it was crazy how it never clicked. So it's amazing how you can meet different people to make something that was already in your head come out. Because I met Paul Aiden Smith, but it's like it was already there if you just pay attention. It's like, you know, I love movies all the time. You never thought about making a movie? You know, it was, I think it was something I didn't think was in reach that I could do.
Yeah.
You know, if you haven't seen someone else do it, sometimes you don't think it's possible.
Right.
So, my end goal, is to make an impact in film, to come through and say, he didn't just recreate stories, you know, from his childhood or, you know, that he saw. No, he actually tried to give some freshness to it, different perspective, different stories. You know, be one of those black filmmakers who people mention when they say they were inspired. The same way I mentioned John Singleton, Robert Townsend, I would like to be mentioned in that breath as well, to say that he made an impact, you know, and I took from him, you know, I was inspired by him. That's what I want to leave behind. People having a conversation about you in a room full of people who knew you when you were here and can say, you know, he was this person, he did this for film, he was passionate. All the other shit doesn't matter. I don't care about any Oscars, you know, I don't care about, you know, awards. I just want people who knew me and people who love the art form to feel like I did something with it.
That's what's up. Yeah, that sums it up. I think for most people, I know I agree with that wholeheartedly. Like I totally agree, because it's not about, you know, these accolades, these man-made accolades that weren't really for us in the beginning anyway.
Right.
And just, you know, it is. No, don't get me wrong. I want some money. I want money.
Absolutely. I don't want to be broke. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't want to be working in corporate. Personally, I don't know if that's your journey, but I know for me, I am still in corporate, and so right now it's more or less I'm trying to get out of that and then try to make sure that my life is sustained. But as far as all that other stuff going to Hollywood, I'm fine here in Dallas, because I mean you can produce anywhere. You don't have to. I mean, actors, they tend to have to go to those places because that's where the bigger stuff is. But I can produce from anywhere. I can go to Idaho and produce. So it just is what it is. So rounding it, we're gonna wrap it up. So just tell us where we can find you, your socials, your website, all of that good stuff.
So everywhere I'm Kaegan Alexander Blaq. You can literally search that, and everything come up. But Facebook, IG is my biggest platforms where I interact. So you can find me on both of those platforms. Al Blaq Films, which is the YouTube channel I've mentioned. If you truly want to see progression of someone who started at a certain place and see where they're at now, from Meet the Fam to my upcoming film, Mojo Savage, I think you'll see a world of progression, a world of just, someone growing in the art form. And to me, that's exciting. I think when you're able to see your growth in yourself is when you truly feel like, okay, this life, I'm not just, wasting it. I'm actually doing something with it. So
yeah.
That's how I feel.
Well, all right. Well, that's it. That's all we got today. This was the first conversation with a creative. I'm going to come back with more of these. You might see Kaegan come back and we talk again. And we're just going to do this every so often on the first Friday of the month. I'll be back on the third Friday of the month of October. That's going to be the birthday vlog. So we'll be talking a lot about me that day. Otherwise,
as you should.
I know, right? So that's it for now. Until next time, go ahead and make it a great day.